All right, we're back on the air. Sorry about that small little mistake there, but we're hopefully my computer doesn't screw up again. Anyway, so I was talking, like, I understand what you're saying, and I do agree with your point, but you got to realize that Benfica fans are thinking about something historical that's never happened to their club. And watch the terrible preparation that happened. For you to attack something that is historical, that's what's getting to us. Like, if you'd have told us, and like, we won the title twice in a row, and you tell us, okay, forget it, you're not going to win it a third time, you just rebuild. I think people will be like, okay, I get it, like, fine. But when you won four in a row and you're chasing a fifth, that's when it kind of gets you, like, no, like, we want to win, like, we have to win. Like, the issue is the preparation wasn't made for us to win. That's what's kind of bothering the fans now that we're understanding that.
Yeah, you know, I've been chasing Jessica Alba for a long time too. I'm not gonna give up my entire life to try to ask her to marry her. I mean, you've got to live in reality here. Okay, this is Porto and Sporting both had better summers. They've got better coaches than Rui Vitoria. They've got better XIs, and yeah, they've got better depth too. So, I mean, for me, they need to just look.
I think you can still win though. Like, I'm not talking about the title. Let's
I
just
mean,
win games and be competitive
who
with a
who
couple of
cares? Who cares
changes.
about? Can't you win with Ruben Diaz? I mean, uh,
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm.
Benfica won the
That's
title with Lindelof, with Nelson. They won the title in Ederson, basically their first ever professional seasons. I don't see why you can do that with Ruben Diaz. I mean, for me, that's like, I mean, is this team like, is this team like Shanghai Shenhua? Why are we playing all these 35-year-olds? I mean, it really doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I have no idea why it has taken this long. Even like, even Sivkovic isn't really a guaranteed starter. Um, I mean, he should be by now. I mean, now, maybe you could consider him a first XI, but still,
I mean,
um,
who else are you gonna put in there anyway?
I mean, I don't know. You could maybe see Rafa or PZ, but I mean, look, I'm glad he's getting game time. Don't worry. I mean, for me, that is positives about Benfica this season is Andrij Zivkovic. For
I
me,
agree.
that is yeah, I mean, just incredible player. But yeah, like I
Oh,
said, I don't know
mm-hmm.
why playing youth has to be mutually exclusive. I'm sorry, you are not going to win a title with an XI of Varela or Cesar, Andre Almeida, Luis Aljardel, Grimaldo,
Yeah.
or Eliseu, and then PZ Fesa, and whatever. You got to mix it up. I mean, there has to be some new blood in this. Also, I mean, look at it. Look at it this way. A lot of these players have spent the past few years as bench warmers. Jardel, um, and Andre Almeida, and
Jardel was a starter, bro.
I know,
Not
no,
last
well,
season.
not with Luis Lindelof. So,
No,
he
because he got
did play
hurt.
a
Because
lot.
he
I
got
agree.
hurt. It was 2 years ago. It was Jardel and Lindelof, and it finally looked like Luizon was out of the picture.
Yeah, that's true. But my point stands. One
Yeah,
season is enough. Um, I
and
mean, I
uh, I was
Ruben
just gonna
Diaz is better
touch.
than Sandro Lopez and Jardel and Luis Sal.
He's
So
not better center back. He's not better center back. I just say it like
yeah,
that.
he
And
is.
the thing, like, you're not losing any type of leadership, because this guy, first of all, this kid's been at Benfica for since he was like 12. He's the B team captain, and when you're watching him on the field, he acts like a goddamn captain. So you're
Hmm.
not even losing that leadership ability that Luizão brings. No, you're bringing in a guy that's exactly like Luizão, only he's like 14 years younger, and he's probably even got more potential than him, and he can actually pass the ball from the back. He can actually try and go with like Lindelof and move the ball forward. it's things that Luzon just can't do. So even that point, like yo, you're losing leadership. No, you're not. You're bringing a guy that's exactly the same as him.
Yeah.
So I do agree with you. That's why I said I would only like to see 3 or 4 guys out of this game to play against Maritim.
I think they
And
should aim to end up um, like Svilar, um, Pedro Pereira. Might be too much for him though. I mean, Douglas might be.
mhm.
Douglas should be given this next start for sure. Kaleka, Ruben Diaz, Grimaldo. If he stays fit, then I don't know, maybe Rafa or something. Um, Jair Carvalho, Marko Vinovic or Gonçalves, but I would prefer to see Carvalho. Fejsa, Sivko, Servi, um, Gabigol, and Seferovic.
All right.
Yeah.
So I would like to see Benfica end the season in a kind of realistic way would be Júlio César, Douglas, Ruben Dias, Jardel, and Grimaldo, Feza and Krovinovic,
Mm,
Pizzi, Zivkovic, Jonas or whoever, and Seferovic. That's all. Like that's a good type of mixture because you got youth and you got old guys. You got Feza and Krovinovic in the midfield, Pizzi
yeah.
on the wing, Zivkovic on the other. Like that's the type of thing that Benfica should be aiming at. But it should have been from the
Just
start.
yeah. I
It
cannot
should have been.
believe that they lost 5-0 to Basel. I mean, this Basel team, it's not even as good as the team that drew Liverpool a few years ago. I mean, what you got Balanta, Van Wolfswinkel. I mean, these are not CL quality players, and yet they're beating, they're destroying fucking Benfica.
And
I mean,
and
it's disgraceful.
the last time we suffered like a defeat like this was against Dortmund, but like you can see the quality in the players, and when you make a mistake, you're like, okay, they're world class players. They're gonna do that to you.
Yeah.
And we even played, and we lost 4-1 or 4-2, I believe, to Napoli, but we played well. Like you could see,
hmm
like Benfica, like oh,
Well,
tough
Dortmund
break.
too. I mean, Dortmund at least are a quality club.
Right, and we played well. Like we watched those games. We were like, you come out of it saying, okay, we actually played well. We made a few mistakes, whatever. Like scoreline isn't flattering to us, but we played well. Out of this game, you get nothing. You get 11 nobodies on the field throughout 90 minutes that got smashed with a Benfica jersey on, and that's what's upsetting. Anyway, all right. I think we've said enough about Benfica. Let's move on to Porto here. So Porto played Portimonense. They won 5-2. Casillas was in goal. Ricardo, Felipe Marcano, and Taylor's across the back. Herrera and Neil in the midfield. Brahimi and Corona on the wings. Marega and Abubakar up front. I'm gonna start, and then I'm gonna let you take the reins because I know you watched this game. This game was really interesting. It ends as a 5-2, but could have easily ended as a 5-4. I thought Portimonense exploited things, on Porto's defense that shows that they're not 100%
hmm
unbeatable. They're vulnerable in certain positions. And if it wasn't for Casillas, 2 big saves, like 2 very big saves at the end, it could have been a very close game. But I thought the victory is deserving. They deserve to win. They were the better team. They scored a brilliant
hmm
team goal. Like I don't remember who actually that scored it. I don't know, but it was a very good team goal. They dominated the game, but their defense showed a few gaps every now and then. All right, what did you think, though, Zach?
Yeah, decent performance again. Um, could have. I mean, Porto Munich probably should have converted more. But that being said, I mean they've been pretty tricky. They've surprised me actually this season. Um, done a lot better than I would have expected. So good win for Porto. No real complaints. I mean, you've got to win these kinds of games. But like I said, I believe Porto Munich had what, like 12 shots. They had a lot of. Um, they were very good. Won a lot of possession and were very tough. So good work from Porto to beat them off. I mean, it, it's like
It's a
Benfica
game
are
that
in.
they should win, but it's not
I
for
mean, yeah,
granted.
Benfica are in crisis right now. Sporting are flying higher than ever, and Porto are kind of in the middle of both of them, in my opinion. I mean, Brahimi is just in his best form, and when he's in his best form, it's hard for pretty much any player in Portugal to beat him. I mean, he's probably the most talented player in the league, so I've got to give him credit. I mean, it's interesting that 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 they're getting some depth in too. I mean, I don't even think Tiki has played a lot lately, and I mean, but you've got likes um of Marega doing the business. Brahimi, we were worried about his um plans and his mentality, but I mean, he's so good to watch, and he's so effective too. Um, just overall, just there. And yeah, I mean, great win for them. I think that was arguably their best lineup. I mean, it was kind of like sort of like a mix of a 4-3-3 and a 4-4-2. I would
Hmm.
personally like to see Oliver start, but I mean, or even
He
Otavio.
he didn't start this game. I was just double checking. Sorry.
No, he didn't start. But I mean, you gotta respect Concha for what he's doing. Um, I mean, Herrera, he's done a good job with Herrera. Even though I still think Oliver should start, but I mean, he's got a plan. Can't fault him for that. Um, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Porto are top of the table
Right.
by 2 points. I don't think they're gonna stay there, but I mean, they've definitely got a shot.
Yeah.
So and 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 also I don't even think they spent a dime. I mean, they
No.
sold Nefsh and Jota and well, not Jota because he was bought by
On loans.
Atletico, but Nefsh and Andre Silva. They didn't spend a dime. They just brought players back from loan, like Marega and Abubakar and Ricardo
And
Pereira.
Ricardo. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ricardo is the best fullback in Portugal. Um,
Hmm.
so I mean, respect to them. It's honestly, I would have thought that that was that Sporting would be top of the table by now. I mean, I think they'll end up like that, but major respect to Porto. I mean, 7 games, 7 wins, top quality
Yeah.
work. I
I
mean,
Yeah, I
honestly
agree with you.
impressed me too. I mean, you've just played. This is a really tough spell. Monaco, Sporting, Leipzig, 3 teams that are around the world class level. Um, and yeah, we'll just have to see how they do.
Yeah.
Huge game coming up.
I I wanted to say that I stick by what I said on the weekend when I was talking to someone.
Yeah.
That to me, Sporting are the best team in the league, and they're
Hmm.
probably gonna win the league. I did say I wouldn't be surprised if they trip up Moreirense, and they did. I don't think it's gonna be a
Hmm.
flawless league for anybody. I think Porto's gonna have their bad
No, I agree.
spells, and I think Sporting
Yeah.
is gonna have their bad spells too.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I'm just looking at both sides, and I like Sporting a lot more. First of all,
Yeah.
I like their midfield. I like their attack. And one
Yeah.
thing that scares me about Porto, and I know everybody's talking like, oh, Porto, but like I still think that they don't have enough strikers. If someone goes down, if
Who's
there's an
Sporting?
injury, if no Porto,
Oh,
Porto,
really?
yeah.
That's your
I mean,
concern.
listen, you got three
Interesting.
strikers. You got three strikers. That's it.
You've
Like that's
got
what worries me.
Abubakar, you've got Marega,
And you got
and
Suarez.
you've got Taquinho Suarez. Isn't that good enough? And
No,
and
because I
also,
don't trust Abubakar. I don't trust Abubakar to stay like
you
in
don't
a
trust
goal
Abubakar. Okay,
to
well, I mean,
score
I think Rui
week in
Pedro
week
is a
out.
great talent. Wait, what about Rui
He's on
Pedro?
loan. He's on loan. He's
Oh,
on loan.
son of a bitch.
So
Yeah.
exactly. I
Well,
mean,
I still don't
and
think
Marega is more of a
you're being fair.
winger. So I mean,
Um, okay. Look, I mean, w-
I got my concerns there.
so I mean, honestly, lately I've just been seeing more of a 4-3-3 shape. Even Brahimi was kind of playing like a midfielder on the
Mm-hmm.
fourth main bench. So for that reason, I'm like, I don't really think having three center forwards is that bad. To be honest, I think that say Abubakar goes down, okay, then you're gonna play Tiquinho up
Suarez.
front, or even Marega up front, and then you've got you can put Sergio Oliveira or Otavio or
Right,
Andre
but
Andre in midfield. I mean, I don't.
I
I
just don't
mean,
think they're guaranteed goal scorers. That's the thing. Like
okay,
I
that's
feel more
fair.
confident, looking at Sporting, and I think they got more options. That's the thing. Like I'm not
No, I
even.
think Sporting have a better
It's
coach, better depth, and
because
for
it's not
me
even
a better XI, but it's tough.
past those. Like they have Bruno Fernandes, they have Acuna, they have Gelson, they even have Bruno Cesar, who Sam absolutely hates, but the guy's got a good shot. So like they have players that can score. Like that's the thing. Like they can score from basically every player on the team.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel more comfortable and leaning more towards Sporting. Also, they have a way better goalkeeper. They have two very solid center backs.
You think they've got a
Maybe
way
the
better?
second
I'm not
best.
sure about that. I think
I'm
that
sorry, but I know.
I think
Besides
that
Patricia's
Casillas
last
isn't
year.
as good as Rui, but I don't think he's terrible. I mean,
No, but I
I
think
think that
I think he's still got a couple mistakes up his sleeve every now and then.
well, so
I
does
think he's not
Rui.
as.
I mean,
I don't know. I think it's unfair for him. He's
okay,
been very reliable the past 3 years or so. So, and Casillas is always good for a frango. Like, so
okay. I don't. I think that their defense is the best in the league.
who
Personally, I mean,
Portos?
Porto.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not. I mean, goalkeeper even is decent. I mean, Jose Sa and Casillas not that bad, but to have Maxi Pereira, Ricardo Pereira, Alex Telles, Miguel Ayun, no team has anywhere near as good fullbacks as that, and some great quality with Felipe and Marcano. Um, I
Felipe is
mean,
my favorite center back in the league. My
yeah,
probably my personal favorite.
I mean that's and honestly, gotta give Nuno credit for making that such a feared CB pairing because that is really key for Porto lately. Just that center back pairing. So I mean, defense does win championships, and credit to Porto for 7 weeks in, they've won 7 games. So I think that they do have a shot. I think Sporting will win. Um, I would say it will be kind of like
Neck and
15,
neck.
16. Where Sporting and Benfica went up. This is going to be Sporting and Porto going neck and neck. Benfica kind of out of the picture. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, hopefully you're not right, but I'm leaning towards that too. But we'll see. I mean, there's still such a long way until May, so we'll see. A lot of things gonna happen. All right. Anyway, let's get to the Monaco game because we still got to talk a little bit of the sporting games. Monaco lost 3-0. Boubacar scored twice. Layun also scored. Casillas in goal. Ricardo, Felipe, Marcan, Telles across the back. Herrera and Danilo in the midfield alongside Sergio Oliveira. Brahimi, Abubakar, and Marega. Um, I'm gonna be really quick in my assessment of the game. I thought Porto played well in every sector of the field. Defense, midfield, attack. The counterattack was spot on. They nailed their chances, and this game couldn't have gone any better. I don't remember a real, goal opportunity for Monaco. So fair deeds for Porto on that. I
Yeah,
thought they played, they just played a massive game.
and I
Uh,
mean this is Monaco we're talking about. All right, would definitely be the best team in Portugal if they played there. But I mean, great work from Porto. Honestly, like I said, there is no more magical player in the league than Brahimi when he's on top form. Um, and yeah, I mean, like it's just a solid XI, honestly. Um, I mean, no real complaints there. And they did it without the Kenya too. I thought it was. I was surprised by how well Sergio Oliveira played. I mean, had a lot to prove, and he did well. Um, so for me, I mean, Porto playing with kind of a. I mean, a lot of these players, it's a mostly experienced squad, I would say. Whereas Benfica, they've got experience, but they don't really have like starting quality. A lot of them, but I mean, this has got. I mean, I think Porto's biggest issue. I mean, like you said, is the depth. I mean, if one player goes down, that isn't a fullback. Okay, I like that fullback depth with um, Dalot, uh, Layun, and I
Telesh.
mean, all those players would start at Benfica. So I mean, no problem there.
I
Um,
wouldn't. Left back. I wouldn't. I wouldn't
well, yeah,
take.
but
I
Grimaldo,
mean,
I don't really
yeah,
know what to make of him right now, honestly. But
I agree
my,
with you.
my point is that like, and also the midfield's decent too. But I mean, I don't know. That's why I think Sporting, for me, I mean, it's a long season. It's a really long season, and look at that depth is not that good. Benfica have depth in the youth system, so that's why my point is bring players in. I mean, Jesus Christ, this depth, um, Jesus Christ, it's just incredible. Douglas, Andre Pinto, pretty good defenders, if you ask me. Um, but I mean, to have so much quality, I mean, uh, Podence isn't a starter.
Even Yuri. I
Pauline,
mean, he's been playing. He hasn't played well, but
yeah,
even him.
Yuri, Tobias, um, Mateo Oliveira, even like Brian Allen Ruiz. These are quality players. Bruno Cesar again, Gil Sandala. A lot of these players won't even make the bench in the first. I mean, this is some good and and they they didn't cheat the books or anything. These were all pretty cheap deals. I mean, I know that Porto and Benfica are pretty much broke. That's why they didn't spend a dime this summer. But Sporting didn't spend that much, in my opinion. I mean,
Like
okay,
they spent a little bit on Acuna and
yeah, no, they
Bruno
didn't spend a good
Fernandes.
amount. But I
Almost like
mean,
20 million on both of them.
uh,
A little bit on
sorry,
Matthew's
what?
contract.
And
Acuna was like 10
I
million.
thought Mateo was a free transfer, personally.
Yeah, he was, but hold on.
Yeah. Okay,
Acuna was
so
like 10 million. Bruno
got
Fernandes 8,
got
and then you
Dumbia
still
on
gotta pay.
loan.
You gotta pay the
Got Mateo
you
and
gotta
Pinto
gotta,
for free.
gotta pay
Cohen
the
Trout on loan. I know, and Ristovsky too, by the way. They're gonna
most
make a
probably.
profit. They're gonna. I think Bruno Fernandes goes for at least 40 million if he does leave next summer, especially with a top campaign like this. I mean, he was incredible. And by the way, Bruno didn't really impress me at Sampdoria, but now at Sporting in Europe, in Portugal, he's one of the best players
That's
in
what's
the league right now.
pissing me off. Like polar opposites.
Fucking less than 8 million. Are you kidding me? Are you
Pedreira
kidding me?
seemed
I mean,
like
that is insane.
such a goddamn big prospect.
I don't know how I mean he's only 22. He just turned 22. Um, I mean, wait, does he? Yeah, didn't he just turn 22? And or
Yeah,
no,
something
sorry,
like that.
23.
He's
Okay.
young.
Young kid. At this rate, I think he starts for Portugal. Honestly, I mean either him or Adrian probably, but I mean, he's just so good. Just really just incredible. But the thing is, I don't criticize. I didn't even criticize. I think that each of the big three clubs a decent transfer window for what they spent. Okay, I mean, Gabigol I think has potential to be the starter. Svilar should start. Krovinovic probably as well too, and Douglas and Sferovic
I
probably
mean,
should be
I'm
as well. So, but
yeah,
Sporting. I mean, the
everyone can.
fact is,
Hmm.
look, okay, yeah, they paid. I mean, at the end of the day, what? Uh, they ended up spending what, like 15 million on Acuna, and so they spent around like um
25
they
million
spent
with all
maybe
the
22 million on
yeah. You gotta
Piccini,
count.
Battaglia,
Yeah,
Bruno,
but
Acuna. They
don't
got
forget.
Cohen Trout and Mateo for
Yeah, but they
free.
gotta pay the salary. So count. You know, it's our
I know, but
bonuses.
come
So
on, that
those are
is
still a couple mils. No,
honestly, I feel
yeah,
bad
they
because
still
I
spend
was
a.
slandering Sporting a lot last season, but I mean,
I mean,
they had
they
an
deserved
incredible
they
summer,
deserve to be slandered at the
but they're
time.
gonna win the
Like
title.
maybe like we are we're getting slandered right now because we deserve it. So you're slandering. Maybe your slandering worked. Maybe that's what they needed.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, let's move on now to Sporting because we'll be basically talking about them.
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
just gonna point out that they played for the Taça da Liga. I don't actually remember if we covered this game or not. Anyway, they tied 0-0 against Maritim. Not gonna not gonna waste my breath
Yeah.
on that. Anyway, they played for the Campeonato. They tied Moreirense 1-1. Patricio in goal, Piccini, Coates, Matthew, and Quentin across the back. William, Bruno Fernandes, Gelson, Bruno Cesar, Alan Ruiz, and Bas Dost. Um, I didn't pay a lot of attention to this game, so I'm not gonna
Yeah.
talk too much about it. I'm just gonna talk about one critical play, which I think was a mistake by the ref. That both Moreirense players are behind, were in their own midfield when the pass was made. They would have been 2-on-1 with Rui Patricio, but they scored a goal after that. So it is what it is. Did you catch a bit of this game or like
What game?
Moreirense?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Okay. Well, from what I saw when I was paying attention, Sporting didn't play out too well. Their goal was really, really lucky, a
Mm-hmm.
deflection, but they shouldn't be. This is the thing. Like, it's one game. Don't don't blow it out of proportion. You're still probably the best team in the league with the best squad. It's everybody's gonna lose points. So you might get them back against Porto this weekend. So let's get to the more important game that Sporting played. It was today against Barcelona. Sporting lost 1-0, getting own goal by Coates. Patricio in goal, Piccini, Coates, Matthew, and Quentin across the back. William and Bataglia in the midfield. Gelson and Acuna in the midfield, alongside Bruno Fernandes and Dumbia. Zach, this game's important to you, obviously being a Barca fan.
Yeah.
But how did you see this game? Like,
Honestly, I was impressed. I thought that starting off, I thought that Sporting could easily get a tie. Um, I mean, and I think if they play like they did today, then they will beat Porto. Honestly, I mean, um, look, Sporting. I was impressed by their fight, by their ruthless pressing. Even even like um, I mean, it may have gone a little over the top with Gelson and Bruno picking up early cards. I'm not sure. Did Acuna get one? I think Acuna got taken off, but I mean, a lot of chances didn't really. I mean, not. I'm not sure if they were good enough, so I would not fault the forwards. I mean, I thought that Dumia. I was surprised when um, Dost didn't start, but Dumia actually did really well. I think he injured himself diving, so I mean, like,
I
yeah,
heard
yeah,
that.
yeah, like he died. PK didn't touch him, but he literally injured himself diving. So it's whatever. But I mean, yeah, after he went off, didn't really do attacking verve for me. But yeah, I mean, they had as many opportunities, I would say, as Barcelona. Honestly, I mean, Barca obviously had more quality, but I was also really impressed with Battaglia. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, um, he was really kind of doing it all in midfield with William. I was thinking that you know, I mean, it's really interesting. I think Adrian Silva leaving has actually been kind of a blessing for the Sporting side in a ways. I mean, he was one of the most important players, but still,
Yeah.
I mean, Bataglia has stepped up. Bruno Fernandes has stepped up. Both fantastic. And I thought that Mateo and Cohen Trau, who they basically got for free, were quality. And yeah, I mean, I think that Bruno was superb. And honestly, I mean, we'll have to see how Adrian does when he starts playing for Leicester in January. But if honestly, I think Bruno should start the next game for Portugal with Carvalho.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, yeah, that's just and but I really like Battaglia. Um, did a lot of work. Matteo also. Um, yeah, I mean, best. Um, one of the best center backs, if not the best in the league, and I'm happy for him. As I see him again. Also like Pacini and Contra, and yeah, I mean, like I said, this Sporting team, it's gonna be a shame if they don't win. So good. The lineup, the bench, so fucking good. Swear to God. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Um. Okay. That was solid. That was pretty good.
But I would like to see certain players play more, like Yuri and Gilson Dalla.
I think Yuri. Sporting have some Sporting fans. I'm not gonna blame Sporting. Some Sporting fans like say that Dumbia there was a penalty on Dumbia, but like the pass was so bad by
Yeah.
Yuri that even if he got pushed, like that, it's unreachable. I think Yuri's just going on a bad spell. I don't know really. I still
Yeah,
trust him to be a
that's
good
fair.
player. And last but not least, I did mention in my opinion that leaving was going to be a good thing because they were so dependent on him that they needed to grow out of him, and apparently I was right. Apparently.
Mhm.
All right. So now let's just let me check how we're doing on time. Yeah. So let's spend like just a couple like 5 minutes or so. Just
Mhm.
um, what are your thoughts on this classic? Like who
Oh man.
comes best prepared into this game? Because
Man,
Porto
I
win,
mean,
Sporting
both
get
of these teams have
a
had.
very
I
good game.
can't think of a better start from either team in like the past few years. Honestly, I mean, the fact is, Sporting could have easily had a draw, even a win against Barcelona. Porto crushed Monaco. Um, Both really have an edge. Honestly, I mean, it's honestly tough for me. Um, um, I don't know. I think Porto tend to do better in derbies, I guess. I mean, I mean, at the moment, I want to say it's going to be a draw, but I know it's not going to be a draw. Um, so yeah, I'm really not sure.
just
Both
put
these
it out.
teams are like, it's like, I mean, it's a great moment for Portuguese football, though. To have such quality teams in Europe too. I mean, it's like Sporting is a Lambo, Porto is a Bentley, and Benfica is a broken down Toyota. I mean, that's what it is right now, at least. And like, I don't know, Braga and like Guimarães are just like a Hyundai and an Acura or some shit. But yeah, no, that's what it is. Two Rolls Royces of football teams right now. I mean, and
So,
I'm
but
I'm
all right,
proud of.
but who are you going with this Sunday?
Oh
Come on,
boy,
just choose. Gotta make a pick.
man, I really want to say a draw, but oh, man, it's so tough.
You can see
Honestly,
that he's
it's just like
struggling.
my gut tells me it won't be a draw, but Damn, so tough.
All right, so you're gonna go with a
Um,
draw.
I'm gonna go with a 0-0 draw. Yeah, sure. Even
Okay.
though my gut really wants to say that it's not gonna be a draw.
Okay. I'm
So,
gonna. I probably I might get slandered by Porto fans that might listen to this, but I mean I've been sticking with this opinion since like 3 weeks ago. I'm
mm.
keeping it. I think Sporting wins and they win big, like
All
like
right. You know
three
what?
three nil,
No.
3-1, like that type of
Get
score.
the fuck out of here. No way. Okay. What makes you
Okay,
think? I mean, let's look. I maybe over the season, but at the
I
end of
don't
the day,
just listen.
only
Just
14 only 14 players on both sides max will matter. So I
I
mean,
know, but I'm looking at just at the players, and I'm
okay.
looking at Bruno Fernandes having a big game. He's
Okay,
gonna
no,
score.
that's fair.
Like I can see that.
No. That is
Acuna,
a good point. That is a reason why I think that Bruno Fernandes can absolutely destroy a Herrera and William Pivot. I mean, I think it'll be a big test for him, honestly.
it
Because I mean, he
is.
had the movement and the quality today, but if he can do that against a pivot that is and possibly I would assume that they'll play Sergio Oliveira, honestly. So three. So if he can get behind all of them, especially Danilo, just I think it'll be a drop because I think Danilo tends to perform really well in derbies. I think Porto tends to perform really well, especially Casillas. You can always count on Casillas having a 10 out of 10 really in derbies. So I mean, I think that I think that Bruno Fernandes, huge challenge for him,
Okay.
and we'll have to see how he does.
All right.
It's
Then
gonna
I'm
be
just gonna
interesting
be.
because international breaks coming up. So you know,
I'm yeah. I'm just gonna be boring then and say if Sporting don't win big, it ends as a very low scoring game, if any goals at all.
well, I mean, no shit, but
Then no, like it could have been a big Porto win or Porto win. I don't think Porto win. I
you,
don't I honestly don't. Like I think they can.
I'm
I'm
telling you,
not
man,
putting it out there. I just
they're
don't.
always good, and you can never bet
It's
against them.
just
In
it
over
just
the years, they've
depends.
been
It's just
consistently
I don't know.
solid in derbies.
I agree, but like I don't know. I just got a feeling that Sporting score early
So predicted
that
X
changes the whole
size,
game.
predicted X size.
Patricio, Piccini, Coates, Matthew, Enquantrão, William, Bataglia, Gelson, Acunha, Bruno Fernandes, and Bas Dost. For Porto, Ricardo, Felipe, Marcano, Teles, Danilo, Herrera, Oliver. No, scratch that. Otávio, Brahimi, Marega, and Abubakar.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting indeed. We will just have to see how what happens. Um, I mean, I think that it's going to be one hell of a game, and I mean we've got a treat on the cards for us. I mean, two incredible starts to the season for both teams, honestly. So yeah, I mean, great stuff, honestly.
And hopefully a good game to follow it up with a Marítimo Benfica. It's always difficult away. Maybe it's two good games back to back. Maybe who knows?
Yeah,
Could be
definitely.
could be really good. All right. So don't you don't wanna go with like any scoreline? So you're just gonna like say 0-0. You went 0-0, right? 0-0.
Oof. Yeah.
Let's
Probably
okay.
nil. I mean, it's so tough because both. Yeah, for whatever. 0-0. Yeah, that sounds good.
0. Okay. I'm gonna
I know I'm gonna
go.
regret
I'm
it,
gonna
but
go.
yeah, 0-0. Sure, fine.
I'm
Damn,
gonna go 3-1
I'm really
Sporting.
mad you asked me that question. Like, whatever. 0-0. Fuck. Okay, 0-0. There you go.
You know you go with whatever, like that's what you're thinking. All right. Anyway, thanks Zach for coming on today. I
You're
thought it was
welcome.
really interesting podcast. Just the two of us. Thought that was
Yep.
nice. I thought we did every club justice. Benfica got slandered as they should have been. Porto and Sporting got praised really a lot. Well, since,
Yep.
like for like the first time ever.
I'm sure.
Um, yeah. Thank you, Zach. We'll be back
No
next
worries.
week. We're gonna be talking obviously the big clásico, the Marítimo Benfica game, and also gonna be discussing the cup draw that happens tomorrow. So
Yeah, you know it.
see you guys.